Hi, this is Doug with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. This is going to be engraving some clip art onto some black granite. I would think most Home Depots handle black granite or tile stores. It's called Absolute Black. It's in 12 by 12 inch pieces. It engraves great. And I made a memorial this morning for a lady. Her husband had passed away, and he was a fisherman and a hunter. So the fish that she wanted was this bass, and it's in color. And then I kind of picked this deer over the one she had picked because it was too difficult. But anyway, so you got a piece of clip art, and it's in color. Just go up to bitmaps. We'll select it. Go up to bitmaps, convert to bitmaps, and we want to stay on grayscale 8-bit. Then hit OK. It's going to turn it into gray. Go up to bitmap, outline trace, clip art, and it's going to basically trace all those lines. It's a pretty good logo, or a pretty good piece of clip art. It's pretty clean. So just take just a second to convert it. Okay, now you've got two pieces on top of one another. So move one of them away. Normally the top one is going to be your new drawing, and you can see that I've still got the lines and the logo that you're not supposed to use, cam stock. Anyway, so we've got this done, and it's what the trace did is make it where you can ungroup everything. So we're going to click on that thinner part, and we're going to put no fill. We're going to pick on this darker part, and we're going to make it black. The reason you have to take out all this fill is if you didn't do it, all you're going to see is an outline of a fish, and everything's going to be gray because we're not running this through a photo processor. And then you would take every individual piece and go up here and left click and no fill. Now some of these are going to have like a double fill. It's just the way the person drew it. But you're going to want to go through here and take away all these fills. I can't find one that's double. But some of them will be like black underneath it or gray underneath it. You're going to take away all these fills. And even like on the eyeball, you want to take away that fill. Now, this would engrave pretty good, but you need to take out all these gray areas. It's a little time consuming. But anyway, once you've done that, and see, like you can still see the C and the logo that trace through, all you have to do is go up to your shape tool, and they're selected. You just take those away. Just make it look like a fish. 9 times out of 10, people aren't going to know, what these marks represent. And then I would go through and clean it up and, take your shape tool and, like maybe these lines are a little curvy. Take your shape tool, select that item, just kind of group all those and see how it made it a lot smoother. Now the thing is, let's say you worked on this thing for a little while and you want to see what it's going to look like on the black granite. So a little trick here, take a square box, fill it with yellow or any color, but yellow's the best. Go up to arrange, order, put the back of the page. Now everything that's yellow will be black, or it'll be black. Everything that's black will be gray. So these lines will be marked. And as you can see, I've still got a square box around there. So we're going to click on that square box and take it away. And then you can go and you can actually probably turn it yellow before you do all this. But you can take out all these and see, like that one kind of was a double fill. But everything is in yellow is going to stay black. Everything black is going to be gray in the marble or in the granite. And then you can go through and, I like touching stuff up and even though most people couldn't see it, there'll be little bitty lines. Like I would go back to my shape tool select all these, make your lines just a little bit straighter, and you can spend a little time, and there'll be some little tick marks or something, you know, on this particular logo, because I just did it for this memorial, that, you know, just kind of take them away. Let's zoom in here and see if we can't find one. You know, I would go through here and zoom in here, get our tool, take that away, because it's going to be a sharper line. Right this second, I don't really see. Let's see here. See if we can't find one. There'll be little bitty squares that didn't get erased. But anyway, that's how you would do it. So the yellow box is representing, you know, so you can see what is actually going to be engraved, because the item is going through there. So everything that's, you know, not filled in, like this has still got a gray fill. So it's going to engrave a slightly gray. And with my experience on Granite, since you haven't run it through a photo editing software like PhotoGrave, this is going to engrave almost the same color as that. It's a little bit different, but really to the human eye, you really can't tell it. And I would go through here and non-fill all these little items, and you can see it right there that it's showing up. I would probably leave that one. Anyway, so there's that clip art. Now you got a black and white clip art or a grayscale clip art. You still need to convert it to a bitmap. Grayscale. Okay. Outline trace, clip art. Takes just a few seconds. Same thing as the other one. You got two copies on top of one another. Take that one away. That's your original. Here's your traced one. Now, I would take this and go to arrange, or go to effects, transform, and invert it. Then I would go through here, and since we can break it apart, I would take that and put no fill. And really you need to create some sort of outline. So you could do this. You could create an outline, make that hairline now a black line. Let's make it 8 points. Scale to object, click that, so when you change the size. So now when you go in there and take, and that line's a little bit too thick maybe. Whoop, took the wrong one away. Arrange, order, back a page, because you're getting the outline. No fill. And then I would go through there and fill all these in with black. Change them all to black. And you could play with this and maybe take that eye away, because that's really a white object. So it's going to engrave. Now it doesn't have any fill. I would maybe take that one away, change this one to black. And I'm not going to finish the whole thing, but you can see, you can bring your box in now. And our outline is not showing up. Let's try this again. Go to effects, or put in back a page. Effects. Arrange, order, put in front of page. So there we go. There's our outline. So you can see, and you still need to go through there and change some of these areas that are gray into black, even though it's going to engrave the same. And like maybe our line here is too thick. So I would go through and maybe reduce that line. Maybe just to 4 points. And you want to scale the object, and I'll show you why in just a second. So now, yeah, that's a little bit better looking. You still want to change these. Then let's take away our yellow box and group this all together. So if you scale to object, the line is not gonna change thickness to the sample. So if you get it really small, let's look at that. The line doesn't grotesquely overtake so if you had this 4 points and you scale it down to that, it's going to be so thick it's going to be part of the deer. So here's the one I made this morning. I did it on black granite. It was a memorial to her husband. Came out really well. I like working with black granite. It'll last forever outside. I actually made a little steel frame that holds it to tap in the ground with a steel stake for her garden. So I hope that helped. Thank you for watching.